Good? Yeah. We'll call the meeting to order. If everybody could please rise, face the flag, remove your hats, and then we'll, for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then stay standing for the invocation. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic where it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lord, we ask that you look over our association, its members, and the decisions we make. We ask for good health for everybody. In your name we pray, amen. So the first matter will be the minutes from the previous meeting. I will need a motion to approve the minutes if we've had a chance to read those, and then we'll do the minutes from the actual board meeting and then from the budget review meeting after that.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion, a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Anybody opposed? Okay. And then the budget meeting that occurred last week. We'll need a motion to approve those.
I'll make a motion.
We need to have another one.
Well, that'll come up. So,
I make a motion to approve the budget meeting minutes.
okay. Got a motion, a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion, second. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Okay. Motion carried. So, financial report.
Okay, that you had a chance to pick up the financial report, I think, when you came in. We are doing better than last year in 5 of the 10 categories, and just out of coincidence, we're doing better in 5 of the 10 categories on the budget, but doing better than budget. By the way, I also noted that we have 14 of the 71 categories on the financial report that were already over budget for the year. That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. No, go ahead. Okay. No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. You ready for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Making me worried after the last.
Manager's report. Tracy?
Okay. We will be working on billing and we will be sending out invoices for next year's assessments on November 1st. Bathhouses will be closing and winterized October 31st. Be watching the grill page as we will be starting a breakfast buffet on weekends soon and possibly a buffet one evening a week. I would like to thank Jim and Kathy Johnson for volunteering and painting the clubhouse. It looks great. Thank you. Thank you to the Zylas, John Reek, and Mike Myers and crew for moving the gazebo from up here to down below. It's time to start turning in items for the newsletter. We will need a list of next year's events from committees, golf tournaments, and biographies turned in by the first week of November. We have one open position available for the board this year, and it is a Sugar Valley position.
Do you have a date for that, for them entries to be in by?
First week of November.
So Friday?
Yeah.
What's the position for, Tracy?
For a board member, we have a board position opening.
Which one?
Dan.
It'll be Dan's.
And on foreclosures, a decree of foreclosure has been filed against 12 individuals in Lynn County. We received judgment against 4 individuals in Bourbon County. After the first of the year, we will start on our next round of foreclosures.
The only thing I'd like to say is during the Fall Festival, we raised, $238 for Pie in the Face. I was the lucky recipient for Pie in the Face. I thought the other board members should enjoy chocolate pie as well. They'll be able to use a fork to eat theirs though. So, but I think there's some other around here too if you guys get around. But that's for you guys as a thank you for the pie in the face. So. Old business, covenants and restrictions update. You have a message from Candy?
Candy says that the covenants and, she will be getting maps out in the next few weeks for people to review and see if you would like to sign up to be a representative for any of the areas, and more details to come.
Okay. So I think her goal is to split the areas off into different sections and try and get volunteers from each section to do the covenants and restrictions when we go over that process. So
I think altogether right now
we have what, 4?
I think.
I think there's 4 that have signed up so far. So we're always looking for more on that. So
What exactly is that?
that's going to be going through our covenants and restrictions and getting them ready to put it out for vote to do an update of our restrictions. So that's a very long process. It's multi-year. I mean, we're what?
Yeah, we can only update them like every 10 years, I believe it is. So we have to have it voted in by 2030, and they would take effect 2033.
I keep asking, I'm just trying to find something my wife can do.
There it is.
If that's all we had for old business?
Yeah.
Okay. Executive session, I will need 10 minutes, elected personnel for personnel reasons. And then I think we needed 10 more minutes for personnel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do 10 minutes of executive session, elected personnel, and we'll come out and get Tracy, and then we'll go do the 10 minutes of personnel. So if I can get a motion for 20 minutes of executive session.
I'll make a motion for 20 minutes of executive session for personnel reasons.
We have a motion, a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Executive session, 20 minutes. Yep. We'll call the meeting back to order. During executive session, personnel was discussed. Action was taken on the personnel side as far as payroll and those things. The other side, no action was taken. So We will move on. New business, outside alcohol. Who wants to man this one up?
I don't care.
You want to?
I don't care.
That's fine, go ahead.
So with the different events and things at the clubhouse, we have talked about, like, for instance, when there's bands and stuff, shutting down the clubhouse before the band starts, and also making sure it's posted on our buildings, no outside alcohol allowed, just to cover our own, like ourselves.
No outside
No
alcohol.
outside alcohol. Yeah.
Inside the building.
Inside the building, because that can affect our liquor license at both places.
Outside the building's okay, but inside, okay. Which she picked with the circle. Right.
And so really what you're saying is you just like to say no outside alcohol inside either the community building or the
Yeah.
snack bars, community buildings?
Well, I don't think they should bring their own damn beer in the first place.
And
I
then-
think that the concessions should be making money off of stuff like that, and not everybody else bringing beer and liquor, and God knows what else they're bringing. You know, open up the clubhouse and bring other employees in to help run it, to serve the beer during the course of the evening. Then if you see fit to shut it down, it's shut down, there's no alcohol on premises. I mean, come on, you want to make money, you gotta have them pay for it.
Thank you. Well, the other side of that is there are still common properties that allow members to use, and, so we don't want to strip all of it from them and say, we want you to strictly use alcohol in our snack bar.
Things like that is what I'm talking about.
I think at this point, it's strictly,
So if it's a private event that you're having inside here,
No outside alcohol's allowed.
so you can't hire anybody or anything like that to serve alcohol to, or are you guys gonna offer something for?
I mean, in the past, there's never been outside alcohol allowed for private events in the building. That's always one of the stipulations we get when they rent it. If they would like to, like if they want to be here later and they want to pay an employee their wages to keep the bar open for their event, that's something we've done.
and I'm sure we could probably work out, if we're talking bartenders for specific events and they want to, buy a package of liquor and pay bartender and that stuff. Those things are all fluid and can change as,
Yeah.
things
well,
go on. I mean, that's,
They would have,
well, in that case,
but the way
alcohol
that
package,
would work is they would
just-
have to tell us what they wanted
Yes.
us to provide, because it has to come from
Yes.
somebody with a wholesale license or we could get in trouble.
Yes. So they would tell you what they would want, and then you would provide the service and the alcohol to.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's gonna stop a lot of people right now that come in now with their own beer.
Or kind of like with the
That's outside beer
Halloween
coming in.
with the Halloween event we're doing, we talked about bringing in drinks, but we have to do it through the clubhouse.
Right.
It has to be through the clubhouse.
Right, what I'm saying is that we have people that, come up here on the evenings and that, go out and get beer out of the cooler and come back in. Go back out and get beer out of the cooler and come back in. That's bringing outside alcohol into the.
That absolutely is, yes. Yes, that is, and that's going to have to stop,
During
yes.
board meetings and
Yes.
all of you guys have sat up there and allowed it.
So,
It's against
I
our,
mean, I'm not trying to be double-sided here, because I agree outside beer should not be brought in.
Okay.
But you guys have all sat up there and allowed it. Have you not?
so here's
this
where it
point
changes.
forward,
So
we're
we're going to change that right now if you'd let us move on. So, so what I need now is a motion restricting all outside alcohol from inside of our snack bars and community buildings.
I motion that we restrict outside alcohol from inside our facilities in,
That's good.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion, second. Any more discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Committee reports. Was there anything else for new business? That's it? Okay. Did you have anything? Okay. Committee reports. You got one? We'll let. You can go ahead, yeah. Dan, go ahead.
Are you there?
You're fine. Just talk into it. It'll be all right.
I'm going to use the microphone
Yep.
so that it gets into the
Yes.
recorded minutes. And I can't hear myself, but I assume it's working.
It's working.
Yes.
Okay, I want to just make a kind of an editorial comment before I present the report. I attended the annual meeting last year, which was interesting. And one of the things that happened at that meeting, as you recall, there were many people who claimed fraud happening here. Quite vocal that, quote, 100% convinced there's fraud happening at Sugar Valley, Hidden Valley, Lakes. That bothered me. Frankly, that bothered me a lot. So at that point, I decided I'm going to use some of my professional time and volunteer to be on the audit committee because I want to find that fraud. I can report that I have been looking. I've been looking hard. So far, I have not found any fraud. I'm not going to stop looking. But so far, none found. The bookkeeping system here is very good. The internal controls and procedures are very good. Very tight bookkeeping system. On the audit committee, there are 2 CPAs. There's a former certified transaction auditor. There's a business owner bookkeeper, and there's a retired medical professional. There's a lot of firepower on the audit committee. We met Friday, September 19th, as a committee. Everyone was there. We reviewed the documents. I have a report there. Reviewed the documents and records from Sugar Valley and Hidden Valley Association, listed below for the months of May through August 2025. We reviewed the bank statements for the operating account from Farmers and Merchants Bank for the above months, the transaction details for the above months, the profit and loss statement for January through August, the balance sheets for the above months, the profit and loss statements for the above months, the budget for 2025, and the vendor balance detail as of August 31st, 2025. I will also make a side comment that as an auditor, you normally don't audit 100% of the transactions. You usually use a sample. We audited 100% of the transactions. All checks, deposits, miscellaneous items were reconciled between the bank statements and the transaction detail. All checks were double signed as required. All voided checks were matched to the bank statement. All outstanding invoices were matched to the vendor balance detail. We found no discrepancies in any of the above documents, and I respectfully submit the report to the board. Done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan, I just have a comment. I don't know if that was included in there, but in my activities with the Water District #1 of Johnson County for 25 years, I was a certified fraud examiner.
Sorry, excuse me.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Becky?
So, I talk loud enough, and it's pointed my direction.
Oh, okay.
The rec committee, we had the hay ride and chili cook-off. The cook-off was fun for everyone. We had 5 entries on it. It was a lot of fun. We would like to thank all who helped and participated. A big thank you to the Haunted Trail for donating their time to let everyone go through. They especially opened it up for us. We made it through the rain, and that was pretty fun. We still continued on after the rain stopped. If you have not gone through it, please do so as it was a great experience. Thanks to Shelley for the hay that she let us use, and Derek for the trailer, and Justin for picking up and delivering the pumpkins in Iola for us. On November 15th at 6 p.m. is our Thanksgiving dinner. We will be looking for a couple of people to cook the turkey and ham. If you can help, get a hold of me or Candy. A list of foods will be sent out, so please be on the lookout and sign up. December 13th at 6 p.m., the Christmas dinner will also need assistance, so let us know as well. Be thinking about next year's rec committee, and if you would like to participate, let us know and sign up for your meetings. There will not be bingo for November or December. The months are going to be with holidays and everything. Donna has decided not to have it for November and December. And we are also looking for volunteers to do bingo next year, as Donna has decided not to continue bingo. I think that's it. The fall festival, we kind of buckled up with with the association, and that was fun.
Okay.
Let's see, Hidden Valley's,
Okay, thank you.
Hidden Valley Rec Committee's kind of cut off their events for the year. They did, the Queen of Hearts game, they ended up giving to the clubhouse to run. So that'll continue under Guffey over
Okay.
there. And there'll be a new playground equipment will be delivered by around the end of the month at the swimming area.
Oh,
They have that.
okay.
Not really a committee event, but Bob and Lori Swiler are having a Halloween party open to the public. There'll be a band and costume party, covered dish, whatever. That's about all we have going on at Hidden Valley.
And that's on the 25th, right?
25th.
Saturday, yeah.
Yep. You got any committees? Any other committee reports? Okay. Open forum.
The publicity committee.
Oh, publicity committee.
Pictures, we need pictures.
Pictures for the calendars.
Calendars this next month, so pictures, we need pictures for the calendar.
Okay.
So you can get those over to myself or Dave, that would be fantastic.
Is there any type of pictures you're looking for? Are you still looking for like people having fun? Are you looking for scenery?
We're looking for both.
Okay.
The picture you took last night. Or the night before.
Well, hopefully we can get a better one. Okay, so we'll do, we're going to move on to open forum, member good standing, 2 minutes or less. So,
I just want to say we went to the budget meeting, and I thought it was very productive. And I think that it needs to happen more often, that you guys are able to open things like that up to the public, because it's very knowledgeable for us to know what's going on in the association with the money. Because we don't know most of the time, and I think us being able to talk, it was great.
on that note, I will say we spent 2.5 hours at that meeting, and that was through the budget. We went basically line item by line item. And had discussion over all of that. So it really was an in-depth meeting, and we had good conversation, and it'll be interesting to see what the numbers come out with when they get relayed on paper. So, open forum.
Did you ever come up with the numbers of the amount of, what were you saying that was at the meeting, amount of property?
Are you asking an open forum?
Yes,
Okay, so Cindy Spilker,
She wants to know what the percentage is of,
lots paid, 90%.
what that percentage was.
Yeah, the collected assessments is 90%.
It was at 90%, that 90% was.
Well, that's assessments as a whole. Yeah, so that, as a whole, it's 90%.
Then you have to take out the ones that we own, so where are we actually
90%. It is 90%. With
Yeah.
what that is, that number, the 90%. What I think where your confusion was was it current assessments or is that assessments in general that we collect throughout the year? And the answer to that is that 90% is assessments we collect throughout the year. It equates out to 90%.
But when Tracy took over, we were at
65?
65%.
65? Yep.
So what's the other 10?
We have several that are deceased. We have some that are delinquent that we're working on the foreclosure process with.
It just varies. I mean, there's estates and, there's a lot of other stuff that's with the 10, but we're still going to actively work to get as much as we can. I mean, if it's 90%, now, 3 years ago, it was 65, 60%,
My
so.
question on assessments, that's 90% collected. What about those that, that are working their assessments off through the HOA?
That's a personnel.
You can't hire personnel that
That is personnel, that is a personnel situation. If they're an employee of ours, it's personnel. That's it. If they're an employee of ours, it's personnel. It doesn't matter how they get paid. They receive a check.
Get that.
They receive a check from the,
Personnel that are back due on assessments.
show me where that says in our covenants and restrictions that we cannot hire any employees that owe us money. Thank you. Moving on. Anybody else for open forum? Well, what I'm saying, Cindy, is it's personnel. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter how that employee gets paid. It doesn't matter what the association does it. If there is,
Security.
We're done.
Security.
We're done. Moving on. So
Please
we're either going to
remember-
move on or I'm going to ask you to leave. You need to leave. Cindy, leave.
Dave says.
Cindy, leave or we're just going to adjourn. I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
No, don't get her thing.
So motioned.
Okay, I got a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion second. All in favor? Right? Meeting adjourned.